We'll always be bosom buddies, friends, sisters, and pals. We'll always be bosom buddies. If life should reject you, there's me to protect you.
If I say that your tongue is vicious,
if I call you uncouth,
it's simply that.
Who else but a bosom buddy will sit down and tell you the truth?
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Naughty or Nice. Alexis Flame, unfortunately, is having some major technical difficulties. I'm hoping that she will be able to sort them out and join us. Our guest this evening, Richard Pryor Jr., actor, singer, novelist, all-around Renaissance man. Thank you so much. And Richard, I apologize for the technical difficulties of the internet. The internet gods are not on our side tonight.
It happens. It's all right. It happens.
I do apologize, and I apologize to everyone for Alexis not being here right now. We're hoping she sorts out her technical difficulties and will be able to just come online with us. So, but in the meantime, you just have to settle for the nice Toni Homeperm. What can I say? What can I say? People are already commenting. So they're saying hello. They're saying hi, beautiful. They're obviously talking to you, Richard. My friend Madison Mansfield saying we're only being nice tonight because we don't have Alexis. No, Chris Boyer, Alexis is not in Facebook jail. I mean, she has been, but not tonight. Not tonight. Yes, she was locked up. So, Richard, how are you tonight?
I'm actually really good. I'm, this has been I was going to say rough year, but last year was rough and this is rough, but, we're making it through. We're taking step by step to try to get through to the next month so we can end this year.
Absolutely. I'm sensing Alexis Flame. Let me see. There she is.
You bitch! My hair, really?
Your hair? This is my hair. Are we having a boot fight?
I need something to...
What's that? Oh, no, we can't hear you now. Oh, no. No sound. Oh, I think we lost her. Well, she was here for a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, Alexis Flame. Thank you, Alexis. Alexis Flame will be joining and unjoining and joining and unjoining us all night apparently. So, but she made an appearance. So let it be said that she didn't appear for something that she was booked for. It was only 10 seconds, but she was here. That's all that counts. That's all that counts. Richard, have you ever had an experience like that where it was like you're scheduled for something and you just made like 1 minute of it and it's like, okay, well, I did it.
It just won't go right. Sometimes things just don't go right, regardless of what you do. You can prepare for a lot of things, and you also got to prepare for the unexpected. So roll with the punches.
Absolutely. Well, that's showbiz, kid.
Definitely.
Of course, Richard Pryor Jr., the son of famous comedian Richard Pryor. and brother of Ray Pryor,
Yeah.
a fabulous actress in her own right. Is she back? We're gonna see.
Yeah.
Are you with us?
Richard, thank you. Tony, seriously.
Oh, we can hear you.
This has been the Murphy's Day Law from fucking hell. Oh, and I can't even get my whole self. Hold on. There we go.
She has to make sure she has boobs and hair in the frame.
Well,
otherwise, she's not complete.
In latest news, my desktop is now officially garbage.
And my printer died today, so we're not having a good technology.
No, we really aren't having a good tech day. Richard, are all your devices working?
Only one that's working is my phone. My little device I usually use wouldn't work today. Wouldn't come on at all.
Oh well, then I don't feel so bad because honey, you were about to hear two very unladylike words if you told me all your electronics were working today. So anyway, did you catch our last episode, Richard?
Did I catch what?
Our last episode.
He was too busy to catch our episode.
Well, we'll talk about that later then.
Yeah.
So, Richard, how are you? I see you trying to look down my shirt.
Richard, were you checking out her rack?
She shows it enough, so
she does. She counts on
coming from the modest Long Island housewife.
I'm very modest. I told Richard I'm just a modest housewife from Long Island.
Sure you are. We believe you.
Yeah, I've been pretty good. I celebrated my 59th birthday last Saturday, so
happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
It's nice and everything. So I'm just happy to be alive and to be breathing.
Aren't we all right now?
Right now, yeah, that's a lot to be thankful for right now.
Don't take it for granted.
Definitely. No.
Okay, well, due to a faulty desktop and Verizon having issues in my neighborhood, Lord only knows that. So if I vanish again, you already know what's going on.
We know what's going on, and people are wishing you happy birthday.
So, all right, folks, catch me up to where we are right now, since I'm not so fashionably late this evening.
You didn't miss much. We really just started getting into it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So tell us, Richard, I have to ask you, because when I made a blurb before, I said that our guest tonight was a legend who happens to be the son of a legend. What's it like growing up the son of a celebrity?
Ooh, I can answer it several different ways. I'm
sure he's never been asked that before.
I don't think it's like what people think it's like, for one thing. Not knowing who people are real around you, not knowing the friends, the people that are around you, the people that you keep in your circle, not knowing if those are truly, really the people that are really genuinely there for you. And then on the side of looking at my dad like that, to me in my mind, my dad is like a factory worker, in my head, because that's all I've ever known. So it's never been a thing where I looked at him like this until I introduced him on stage one time when I was a teen. And then it kind of clicked. He would introduce me to other actors, like when I remember meeting Billy D. Williams, and I remember I was like just in awe. My dad was like, "You check like that around me?" I said, "Dad, that's a star."
Wow.
Oh, that's so funny. Your dad was like, "Oh, you think Billy D. Williams is? Well, what about me? What about chopped liver?"
He was serious and not happy.
Wow.
Billy D. Williams, he just exudes like class and charm. Is he that way in real life?
Yeah, very, very nice guy, very smooth talking, seemed like he's very relaxed, and keeps that Colt 45 voice, that he used to do on the commercials. So he's a very nice guy, and being able to go to his home and hang out with his son. His son and I were, summer friends. When I would go there during the summers, we would hang out and go to the house swimming. And I remember his wife at the time, Taruko. I remember her teaching me how to clean shrimp and all these kind of things that a lot of people would like to do, but you're able to be a part of that. But you're still not. Once you're in that circle thing, you don't look at people. You start to see them in a different way. You see them more as human versus that star status where you constantly put them at. Because I've made the mistake after years of wanting to meet people, and you get so let down when you meet an actor and actress and they're not what you think they're going to be. And you're like, oh my God, that's a bitch. She's horrible. And when you see those people,
reminds me that when I met one of the women that I'm known for impersonating.
Really?
I really don't want to mention any names, but you all that made a movie with her.
Mm-hmm. now, Alexis, I was asking Richard. Now, because, when you worked in Las Vegas, you met so many celebrities. Did you ever get to meet Richard Pryor Sr.?
I've met Richard, yes.
Oh, you did? So you did meet Richard's dad?
I've met Richard Pryor Sr.
You did? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Did he check out your rack?
I wasn't quite as buxom. If he tried to check it out, the check bounced. No, but I remember Richard Sr. Please forgive me, Richard, but the best way I know to describe your dad, the man had a case of the fuckins. He was who he is. You didn't like it. Too bad, so sad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was an awfully nice man, to my recollection, but he didn't put much stock into the opinions of others. I guess, like me, he tried using that crap to pay his bills once too, and didn't get very far.
Is that how?
But no, I've had the privilege of meeting Richard Pryor Sr.
And is that an accurate description of him, Richard? That
Well, yes, it depends on how you got him.
Okay.
But he's very nice, but he also had his opinion, and it was his opinion, and his opinion mattered.
That reminds me of a drag queen that I know.
I have no idea who you're talking about, Tony. You know drag queens, Tony?
I may have run into one on occasion with the back of my car.
Yeah. Oh, well, now there's something we can talk about. Excuse me just a second. Wow. No, but today is a day of Murphy's Law and drum. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Madison says she loves Toni.
She loves me.
So that wasn't the drag queen that you backed into with him.
Oh,
okay.
Good God, no. Never. No, she'd be in the passenger seat right next to me.
I'm not worried about getting hit. I have some healthy bumpers.
Yes.
Pull up to this bumper, baby.
Yes.
So, Richard,
let's ask him about his books. He needs to sell more books.
I was getting to that. You bitch.
This man needs to make his coin, girl.
Well, if you're gonna just pimp him like that, wow.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he needs a new manager.
Yeah, I'm gonna be nice.
Oh, you'll be the nice one.
No, but to my memory, Richard, you published more than one book, haven't you?
Yes, more than one.
No, I've only published one.
I thought it was two. Why did I thought it was two?
Yeah, it's only been one.
Well,
as I look down at it to say, is this it?
Oh,
In a prior life.
in a prior life.
Yep.
oh, I like that.
Yeah. So actually, it's already a screenplay as well. So
Wow.
I'm hoping something happens with it, you know. But everything's shut down, so it kind of like put the accordion music on it, you know.
All right. Well, Richard, give us a brief synopsis of the book and where we can acquire it.
Well, it's dealing with my life, being a child of a celebrity. When I first started with this book, when I first started about getting it together, it was about with the like just being a son of. By the time I was in the middle of the book and starting to really get into it, it turned into how can I show some people who are in some darkness in their life? How can I show them how I came out of my darkness? The things that I've done that I may not be so proud of, and the you know the dark roads and the dark paths that I took, and how I'm still standing here today. And so it turned into that type of book. The book was Ron Brauer helped me write the book. He's an award-winning writer, and he actually I would record because I wanted it in my voice, so I would actually record myself talking about certain topics, so that the book has that flow like I'm just sitting down with you having a conversation. And that's what I wanted, and that's what I got out of the book, and as far as achieved on the book. But the book can be purchased on innerpriorlife.com, bearmanormedia.com, or Amazon, Barnes & Noble, any of the other bookstores should be able to purchase the book.
Okay, so,
sorry, go ahead.
well, Richard, if I go and purchase this book, will you sign it for me?
I definitely will. I actually have have it set up to where if people want their own book and everything, they would, you know, contact me through social media, and we'll, you know, do the payment thing, and I'll order the book and I'll get it and I'll sign it, whatever you want.
Well, then we'll do that this evening if that's okay with you, because I'd really like to read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yes, of course, definitely.
I mean,
you know what I found out about books though, when you start, you think that you know things about yourself, and you know you're going to tell the stories that you've told before, maybe at a party or something, or you may let somebody in on something that they've never heard before, but you don't realize the toll it takes on your mind, your psyche, when you're actually writing it, and how physically ill at times you would get because you're talking about something that was so dark that you didn't even realize was still impacting your life until you started talking about it. And then it would bring up things that you had totally blocked up out of your mind because it was so traumatic, and those things come flooding out. So you have to be in that position, that place, to know that no matter what I come against, no matter what obstacles I come against while I'm doing this, to keep going forward, because it's only going to better myself and it may help somebody else.
Very true.
That's a noble sentiment. It really is. But as it turns out, Richard, it seems you and I have a hell of a lot in common. But no, I'm going to get with you after the show, after Toni and I log off, because I really would like to purchase and read the book.
Okay, definitely.
And something tells me it's one hell of a book. So, and we will, Toni, you're going to get a copy too, right?
Absolutely.
We'll have to revisit this after we read it.
Oh, yes. Oh, that would be awesome.
I'm serious.
Yes. Growing up, I mean, my mom and my stepdad, they were the biggest Richard Pryor fans. You know, back then everything was on VHS, but we even had all his movies on VHS tapes, and whenever a movie came out, it was like we rushed to the theater to see them. I mean, my mom and stepdad, they just loved Richard Pryor, and of course, like his appearances on Saturday Night Live are just iconic. Iconic.
That's the funniest episode. Oh my
Absolutely.
God. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But you know what? I was talking to my sister about this. Her daughter, was talking about, she had posted, hung some of my dad's albums on her wall and things like that. And she was talking about how he would be canceled now and you think about the things that the material that my dad did. If it was, if he would stand on stage and do the same material now, he would be attacked, because it wouldn't be politically correct. It would
Right.
be wrong. The language is not right, and you can't say those types of things. A lot of the TV shows wouldn't be on that we used to watch in the 70s and early 80s. The All in the Family.
Oh, please. A lot of that was so politically incorrect.
Oh,
And
my
if you
God.
think about it, take today's TV. I mean, I don't know how many times I've watched an episode of Family Guy and thought to myself, oh, that's just wrong. But I mean, but you can get away with. It's funny what you can and can't get away with so much today. And he sits there and it leaves people wondering, will you make up your freaking minds already?
Yeah.
I mean, because 1 minute it's funny, but it's actually the same people who are laughing about it who then want to have an all-fired titty attack and start complaining.
Exactly.
And I just don't get it.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, the funny thing is, I remember your dad, I think it was NBC, actually gave him a 1-hour TV show.
Yeah, he had a Richard Pryor show. Yeah.
But they took it off after only a couple episodes because
he only did 4 episodes. I think it was 4 episodes because they wanted to censor him so much.
Right.
He didn't want that. He wanted to just show his voice and show who he was.
Yeah.
And when it was, you have to abide by this and this, he was like, I'm done.
Yeah. But I remember we watched every episode and we were laughing, almost peeing our pants. I remember the one sketch was about he was doing an evangelist and he's trying healing somebody and he knocked the woman. I think it was a woman or a man. He knocks them down. He's like, "What? I can't walk." He's like, "You gotta crawl before you walk."
Well, now, mind you, and yes, Richard Pryor Sr. wasn't gifted. I consider him a comedic genius.
Absolutely.
But Richard, haven't you also dealt with comedy?
Yeah, I did comedy. The only thing with comedy with me, because comedy, somebody who does comedy, you got some guts and some strength behind you, because that to me is one of the hardest jobs in the entertainment industry is to do stand-up comedy, because you're just there.
Tell me about it. I've done stand-up.
Yeah, and you're there with yourself in that microphone. The problem I had when I was doing stand-up was that if I would create things of my own to do, oh, you're not as good as your dad. But if I would tell stories like I did in my book and things that happened in my life, oh, you're trying to mimic your dad. So with me, there was this no-win situation.
You know what? That's a perfect segue into my next question. In the business, being Richard Pryor's son, would you say it's helped or hindered you more in the business?
Hindered. I would say hindered.
Okay.
I mean, I've even had auditions where you killed it. You know how you do on an audition. Some of those you come out, some you just forget about. Some you did this, but I've actually
sometimes you come out and you nailed it.
Yeah, and I've had people that have actually told me, why are you auditioning for this? They don't think that you need it. They think that you're just doing it just because. Well, I'm doing it because I know I'm talented and I want to do this. This is what I want to do. But sometimes you don't even get that opportunity to do that. People won't even see you because of that. I've also had, on the other hand, where, I've had people, talk to me because of the fact of who my father was. But still, especially to know that in this city, one thing I found out about this a little different than LA is that if you're horrible, they're going to let you know in New York City.
Oh, hell yes.
No sugarcoating it.
There's no Willy Wonka here.
No.
Oh, no.
That's what gave me my courage to move to New York City, is because I came here for an event and they wanted me to do stand-up real bad and I wouldn't do it. It was the Improv was naming the room after my dad. And I said, I'll sing something, and I sang, and the response was really, really good. And I was like, oh my God, because in my hometown, I didn't get the accolades for singing or anything like that. I was just Richard.
Well,
But
I've heard you say,
it gave me the
and
strength.
I believe you deserve those accolades.
Thank you so much. So it gave me that energy to say I'm moving to New York. You know, so that's what I did. I came here with $350 to my name, and I was determined to do it no matter what. And there's a lady named Melba LaRose who had a place called the Down East Art Center in East Village, and we have rehearsals, and we do productions. And then at nighttime, we close it up, and I'd pull out my army cot and sleep on the cot backstage, and have my little thing to heat my food up, to cook my food on, and everything like that. And yeah,
Wow.
so people can't, people that say, "Oh, everything handed down to you," you have a golden spoon in your mouth. No, I've had maybe a gold plated spoon in my mouth. But I worked for everything that I've achieved. I've worked for it, and I've worked hard for it.
Well, I believe it. And if anyone's never seen Richard perform, well, that just sucks to be you because you missed a great show. And Richard, you've done movies too. I mean, you've basically done it all.
Yeah, I've done some things. The only thing, like when you're an actor, you love to act. So when it's let's go do this, or it's an indie film, you're going to do it because you want to act and you want to perform. It gets to a point though that you want to be in something where people really see you. You know what I mean? You want the masses to be able to see what you can do and what you're capable of doing. And it's like you're constantly striving for that. And you're not doing it for the money. You're doing it because you love the art of it and love what you're actually doing. But you do want people to see it. And you do want it to go somewhere so people notice you, so that movie opens up some more doors for you to perform it. So that's, I done film work and stuff like that, but I want to get in that one thing that just clicks, or that one TV show that just clicks, and, where you notice for your art.
I
And,
would love to see you on a weekly or nightly series. I really would.
yeah. Well, that's the thing we're working on now with there's a show called the DOC, the Department of Corrections, we're shut down, didn't get to start because of the pandemic last year. So I'm waiting to see what happens with that.
Is it still on the table to your knowledge?
Yeah, it's still on the table. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. And it's a regular, like, weekly series dealing with the Department of Corrections and things like that. And I'm one of the lead characters. It's written by Robin K. Miller, who wrote a book about corrections officer, because she was a corrections officer, and she talked about the dark side of correction officers, the things that go on that they do, and how they perpetrate, and the crimes that they commit. And that's what it's about.
Alexis,
well, as someone who's
we started, Richard worked on the production of The Color Purple.
Really?
Yes. one of our favorite
That's funny
movies.
because every time I get pissed off, Toni just sits back and says, I wonder what color she gonna put on the wall now.
Yes.
I'm like, really?
I'm just gonna sit back and see what color the wall gonna turn.
Is that what you really think of me, Toni Homeperm?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
You bitch!
Me?
You see what I gotta deal with, Richard? Richard, maybe next week you and I will be doing a talk show.
Does he have a wig?
Oh, I've got quite a few.
Can you lend him one?
Yeah, probably. A few, actually.
What about boobs?
I got. No, I sold that pair. Oh, geez. So, Richard, what else do you have coming down the pipe in the near future?
Well, working on that. I know I'm going to be performing in Palm Springs. I believe it's in June, end of May and June. For some things there, because there was some a fashion show for Black History Month that usually goes on there by a designer named Anika Brown, and I usually perform there, you know, and do my cabaret or something there, you know, usually every year. But because of the pandemic, things were pushed back and everything, so now they're supposed to be doing it at the end of May. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I want to try to adapt my book into a one-man show. That's the thing I really want to focus on.
Okay.
I also have my Bernard Firstpan, who ran the Metropolitan Room.
The Metropolitan Room is open again?
No, but they're doing like the streaming shows and all
virtual.
So he's told me about that. So I might be jumping on that for June or July to do an actual show, because you know that was my big thing when I came here. I did a cabaret show called Love, Life, and a Little Laughter, and it was my first cabaret ever, and I was nominated for a MAC for it. So I'm excited about it. So I would love to get back up on stage because I love I'm a storyteller. So I love to be on stage to tell stories and to act them out, and for you to see me in doing wardrobe changes while I'm talking, and then going to that song that fits what I'm talking about. So
see, that makes me jealous, because Toni and I could never do wardrobe changes while we're talking. Nobody would stick around that long.
I wouldn't.
Oh, you have no idea what goes into all this.
I wouldn't stick around. Please, I can't walk by my mirror while I'm naked. I scream.
Well, you're lucky that you're the one screaming. When I do it, the mirror screams.
Somebody's screaming. Someone's screaming.
Oh, well. I mean, seriously, go ahead.
Richard, I have to ask, you were talking about the book being made into a screenplay, which I think that would be incredible if the book actually became a movie as well.
That would actually be amazing.
It would. Who would you, in your dream casting, who would you want to play your father and you?
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, I got
it. That's really a good one. Because there's people that I respect. Like, there's people that I know that can do my father. Like, the Jay Farrow, he can do my father very well, the voice of my father. Mike Epps does the voice of my father very well. The thing I have with people portraying my father is that when you hear them doing my father, it's always a caricature of my father.
Right.
Well, that's what impersonation is.
I know, but I would love to see someone do him not on stage or what they see on stage.
Right.
Not Richard Pryor, but the Richard Pryor who was off the stage.
That's
in order to do that, they would have had to have known him.
They have to have known him, but not necessarily, because you've seen other people that have done characters.
Yeah.
And they're able to pull them off, but it is doing your research and finding those clips that are dark clips, of seeing somebody not in their, the best light, and they're not on stage in 1,000 where they have to put on a show.
So you would want to see someone who could bring forth the off camera or off stage, right. Not the on.
Right. Because
that makes sense.
People can do the on. We've seen it. People can do the on, but it's saying.
But now
who do I think that
would you want to play you?
Ooh. Well, I think if I would have thought about this like maybe a couple of years ago before they got into trouble with sexual allegations and stuff like that, would probably be somebody like Cuba Gooding Jr. or somebody who could actually pull off doing female impersonation, because I used to do female impersonation years ago. So
I remember that.
Was someone that could.
I also remember you got the cover of the National Enquirer while you were doing that.
And the Star. I was the head story on Current Affair with Maury Povich.
For doing female impersonation.
Yeah, it was called The Princess of Peoria.
I didn't know this. I did not know this.
Yeah.
Oh, honey, you didn't know that Richard used to be his sister?
No. No. This is all news to me.
The more you know.
The more you know. It's like the stars shooting across the
Well, if
sky.
that's the case, but see, how could I play him? But well, I don't have a problem with the female impersonation.
Oh, of course not.
Perish the thought of
Perish
that.
the thought. We've known a few female impersonators, I think.
Yeah, I've met one or two.
22,000.
Well, time's getting short, and mostly, well, I'd like to say my book, this time for a change, I'm actually something remotely resembling innocent. This time it was my machine coupled with Verizon in my area, because my internet's got 3 speeds right now, slow, stop, and dead.
Typical.
So before we cut you loose, Richard, tell us once again where we can find and purchase your book and how we can get you to sign it. And we want to know everywhere we can find you on social media.
Absolutely.
My book is called In a Prior Life. It's published by Bear Manor Media. That's one of the locations where you can find it. Or you can go on my website of inapriorlife.com. We'll serve you links, and also all my interviews I've done are on there as well. You can also just check out Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and other book outlets for my book. And you can find me on social media under Richard Pryor Jr. on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, or the Richard Pryor fan page on that as well. And if you want a personal signed copy of my book, you can contact me on one of the social media sites. Contact me, and we can I can take your payment and I order the book. I get the book and I sign it what you want.
We're going to do that this evening.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, Richard, you could actually bring my copy to me, because you know you have a standing dinner invitation.
Yes,
yeah. Toni, don't need it.
Richard, I have 3 words for you. It's a trap! It's a trap!
Uh-huh.
I warned you.
Yeah. Oh, open call next week. Talk show co-host.
Richard's gonna pull. He's gonna start looking for old wigs in the bottom of closets.
Toni, I'm going to bring you a special batch of collard greens.
Ooh, a special.
She likes to tell people when I invite them to dinner that it's a trap. But go ahead, ask that bitch about my collards.
Oh, they're so good. Oh, they're like, her collard greens are like the crack of collard greens. That's
well, I've never heard them referred to like that.
I have to make a peach cobbler.
That sounds good too. Oh, I feel my waist tightening already.
Yeah, I love.
Oh my God, I love a good peach cobbler.
Yeah.
But Richard, I wanted to know, because Richard and I have been friends for a while. That's why I called him and asked him to join us. And then, of course, my computer has to crash.
Well, of course, Murphy's Law.
Today was just one of those days. It really was. But Richard, I can't thank you enough for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much.
After we read your book, I will be calling you, asking you to come back.
Definitely. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it, both of you. Thank you.
It was our pleasure, Richard. Thank you.
Yes.
Good night,
It was our honor. Thank you so much. I'm sorry if we had technical difficulties. Thank you for sticking with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Richard.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
He is just one of the nicest men you're
nice.
going to live long enough to meet.
Nice.
No, he's really amazing. He really is.
He is.
He's a total sweetheart. Not too terribly difficult to look at either, I might add.
But we've yet to have a guest on that was hard to look at. So.
Well, that's because most of them were my children.
Exactly. There you go. And there you have it.
But oh my God, we have gotten so many comments about our.
Tim Glenn says, "Great show. Thank you, Tim. Thank you. Thank you for bearing with us with the technical difficulties. We apologize.
Yo, Verizon is not looking forward to my phone call.
Oh.
You'd better hurry up and believe that.
Oh, Verizon.
So,
Verizon.
no, but so thank
Mama
you, Dad.
Mansfield. Mama Mansfield
Thank
says that
you,
was a
sweetie.
wonderful interview. Thank you.
Speaking of Mansfield,
Yes.
I happen to know another bitch who goes by that name.
Oh, yes. We do.
We had such a great time last week.
Mm-hmm.
But just to put it out there, you know,
Please
Madison,
do.
Toni, and I, Madison, Toni, and I decided to get. Toni, did I tell you how I love your hair tonight?
I love yours too.
Why, thank you ever so. Toni, Madison, and I just decided to get together and have ourselves a kiki. But our show that night was in no way, shape, or form directly affiliated with the Imperial Court of New York or the Night of 1,000 Gowns.
No.
Just to clarify that, if anyone didn't know. That was just the three of us having a good time for ourselves and our way of celebrating the event. But this was not our podcast was not a court sanctioned event.
No.
If anyone was curious.
Just if they were curious. Because that's the kind of thing we would normally do after the event, would be like, you know, just, you know, like
just get it basically, well, you know what, I'm great.
Get together privately, it was that sort of thing.
Because I don't know if anyone's realized this, but the whole premise of our show, it's basically like a three-way call between friends and you just get to eavesdrop.
Oh, you mean it's like a threesome?
You are a Mansfield, aren't you? Yeah, something
Does it
like
show? That. Is my Mansfield showing?
Yeah, both of them. I don't know. How about mine?
Yes, definitely.
But sweetie.
Oh, my Lord.
But Toni, I do have to say, you do look lovely this evening.
Oh, thank you. So do you.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Don't ask me how I pulled this off after the crappy day I had today.
Honestly, this was not the hair I was going to wear originally.
Same here, actually.
But when Frank put it on me, and I just didn't think it went with the look. So I was like, no, this doesn't work. I was like, and he's like, oh, what am I going to put on you? And he's like, oh, wait, here, throw this on. And I was like, oh, okay, this works.
Actually, you know what else I'm admiring at the moment?
What is that?
Your backdrop.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I've been using the same. Ooh, I made it move. I was using the same one for a while, but I'm now in my official studio space. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
You know, I felt
because it actually snowed. Oh, I know the room you're talking about.
You know the room.
Now I know why there's an echo. There's no freaking furniture.
There's nothing in here. It's basically empty.
Except you and your.
I was hoping these would, you know, absorb some of the sound, but
honey, they're not that big.
They've yet to do so. I guess I have to go up a few sizes, but
either that or you'll have to borrow mine. No, but Richard is a great guy, and I'm so glad
wonderful person. With us this evening. He was a great guest.
Well, before this evening is over, I am gonna hit him up. Actually, I'll probably just give him a call because yes, I want that book.
Me too. I'm always such a huge Richard Pryor fan. You know, always.
No, I did consider his late father a comedic genius.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Richard. Yeah, and I'd like to say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
It does not.
I mean, I see his father's shadow in his face. I hear it in his voice. But other than that, other than the family resemblance, but I see this Richard. I'm not seeing the father.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, his talents are all his own. They
Right.
really are.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
how did your day go today, Tony?
Okay, except for my printer dying, but what can you do?
Oh, yes. Oh, that's right. And I have to change my press soon.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yes. We have something
have
coming
what?
up. We have something coming up.
Oh, I thought you said we had guests.
No, we have something coming up.
Yes, we do. We certainly do.
Mhm.
And we warned you all.
Yes, we did.
Very soon.
Very
Will
soon.
be the completely biased and totally rigged. Or is it completely rigged and totally biased?
That too. All of it. All of it.
Well, like Tony and I have said, we've seen so many situations where it's just what they've done is so obvious. Ain't no shame in our games. We're here to tell you. This is completely rigged. It's totally biased.
Totally.
And if you don't like it, chances are you weren't getting an award anyway. But yes, we're going to soon present to you the naughty or nice
awards.
You know, Tony, I was thinking though. I mean, right now, and we'll have to check with the counting house. But right now, it's only seen to go to the only presenting to guests we've had up until a certain point.
Yes.
But I don't
2020
see any
guests.
reason. Oh, our 20. Oh, so then we will be doing this again. Oh, that's scary.
Yeah. Well, next year we have to. It's like the Oscars. It's the same
All
deal.
right. Well, then 2020 guests it is.
2020 guests.
And this is going to be some show because we have over 20 awards to give out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, on behalf of myself, the naughty Alexis Flame, and my co-hostess with the mostest, the modest Long Island housewife, the nice
Toni Homeperm.
Good night, and we'll see you. When's our next podcast, sweetie?
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Our next
goodness has nothing to do with it.
It has nothing to do with this. Our next
Nothing at all.
No, I know. I usually like have this right at my at hand. But our next episode is May 6th, and our guest is it's that bitch, Tom Cat.
Oh,
Her.
Let me tell you. Yes, we have to. She's another one on my list for her complicity in the Halloween trees.
The Halloween trees. Yes, I know.
Oh yeah. Whoever cracked the time lock on my sister's sarcophagus.
Your younger, thinner sister.
Oh, that sounded so nice.
I know.
So, thank you so much for joining us. I think I'm going to change my dress and even my hair. And we'll see you all very soon. And yes, May 6th, when our guest will be that Tom Cat.
That Tom Cat. Mm-hmm.
We'll see you soon. Naughty night, man.
Good night, everyone.